Hey everyone, welcome back with a new lecture with ISO 9001 2015 edition. And with the last sub-clause in clause number 7, support documented information. In 2008 edition, it was by the name of documents and records, and they were separated. Documents and records. But now in 2015 edition, they combined together by the name of documented information. So any documents inside the organization has the name of documented information. Documented information, as mentioned or as defined in ISO 9000 2015, information required to be controlled and maintained by an organization, and the medium also, the medium on which it's contained means where do you keep this documented information. And it could be work instruction, procedure, standard or guideline, report, any form, records also, list, or any other documents inside the organization. All of them by the name of documented information now. Generally, quality management system shall include documented information. Documented information required by the standard itself, standard 9001, and also they keep it more flexible than before. Documented information determined by the organization as being necessary for the effectiveness of quality management system. Whatever they find important or will improve the effectiveness of quality management system, they can also prepare as a documented information. So now it's more flexible because it's left to the organization based on their requirement and based on customer requirement, based on their knowledge about the standard and experience, and also if they need continual improvement and they need to add more documented information. And the volume of documented information also affected by many factors, such as the size of organization and the complexity of its processes, products and service. And this is really logic, because if the size of organization is big, they will need more documented information. And also competence of the employees. And I found that if the competency of staff increase, the documented informations will be less, because they will have more experience about the standard and they will know how to reduce the documented information use. Any documented information to be created, it shall have appropriate identification and description. It shall have title and also issue date, when did you prepare this documented information and who prepared this documented information, and reference number, as you know. And also when you update changes in this, you will change the issue date and format, whether the format was paper or electronic form, and where you will keep this documented information, and at the end should be reviewed and approved by who is responsible to do this. And control of documented information. And I found documented information better than separating documents and records, because also in ISO 17025 you will find control of documents and control of records, but here you will find only control of documented information. So documented information required by quality management system and by this standard shall be controlled to ensure that these documents are available and suitable for use, and also shall be protected from loss of confidentiality, loss of improper use, loss of integrity, loss of confidentiality. That means documentation or documented information became not confidential between the organization and the customer. Loss due to improper use, and loss of integrity. Integrity of data means that the data are available and easily traceable. But if there is loss of integrity, that will affect on your traceability for documented information, so shall be protected from loss. And to control documented information, organization shall address the following point: distribution, access, retrieval and use. Who have the access to use these documented informations? Not all documented informations can be used by all persons inside the organization, but there should be specific documented informations for specific units or sections. and storage, where you will store these documented information, whether paper or electronic format. Control of changes, how we will control any change or update in these documented informations. And retention and disposition. Retention and disposition mean that retaining documented information for a specific time, you will retain them for a specific time. This time will be determined by the organization and also based on the standard, and then it should be archived after some time. And also documented informations of external origin, determined by the organization to be necessary for planning and operation of quality management systems such as standards, guidelines, or even certificates from the supplier related to the equipments or standards or any resource inside the organization, shall be identified and controlled. So you can keep a list for documented informations, whether internal and from internal or external origin. Documented information retained as an evidence of conformity of the product or service or result to the customer and the legal requirements shall be protected from unintended use. It's a very important document. So if this documented information will confirm the product and service quality or ensure that the product or service provided to the customer conformed to the customer and the legal requirements, these documented informations are very important and shall be protected from unintended use. And to apply this clause, you can have a master list for all documented information inside the organization. In this list, you will add all documented information, the title of them, whether from internal or external origin, and the issue date if there is, and for whom it will be distributed, and who prepared this documented information. And also to keep these documented informations protected from unintended use or improper use, you can have a shared folder on computers. And on this shared folder, it will be protected by password for the specific persons. For each unit, they have their forms and procedures, all documented informations inside one folder, and they can all have access to this folder. And also you can distribute to the units or sections the required forms or required documented informations for them. And according to the new standard, now it became by the name of documented information, not like documents and records. But do you need to change? In the annex to the draft of the new standard, there is a note stating that there is no requirement for an organization to replace the terms they use, documents and the records. They can keep the name documents and the records also, but it's better to have documented informations for all. But you can only merge, as I said before, the two procedures, control of documents and control of records, in one procedure, and this is really better because in both of them you will have the same control. So you can have only one procedure for control of documented information, not like before, control of documents and records. That was the end of our lecture for today. Thank you, and see you in the next lecture, inshallah, with operation.